Nikki Bella pays $200K in divorce because she didn't believe in prenups. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is what we call equality.
How did you navigate breaking up in front of the world, Nikki?
Well, having 2 public breakups is what everyone saw. Yes, I had.
Yeah, it's pretty hard when you're famous. Every single breakup is going to be public and it's going to hurt 20 times more.
Almost 4 years ago, we made a video about John Cena insisting that Nikki Bella sign an airtight relationship contract. They weren't even married. Nikki was just moving into his house, and John already knew what time it was. 75 pages. We still don't know everything that was inside it. Because remember, you can't see John Cena.
Where's he at? John Cena.
Not gonna lie, if I find him one day in front of me, I'm gonna do the same fucking thing. I'm still gonna get a picture with him, but sadly the picture is gonna be only me.
John Cena, where's he at? I have no idea. I haven't seen him. Bro, what is he?
But trust me, you could see the point he was making.
You're right. I should have told you before you packed the first box. I guess the reason I didn't ask you when I asked is because I didn't want to take something so wonderful and immediately it up with something so business. This is what my life is. This is what it's become. You met my family. You think my mom paid for that house herself?
Yeah, so basically John Cena doesn't want to end up, paying child support or paying whatever because he made more than she did when they used a date. Because he wanted to use all his money for his family, for his future, for all of this. So fair enough, right? But later she didn't learn from this.
Yeah.
She didn't. My brother lives in that house. They're expecting a child. My younger brother's got medical problems. I make sure he's okay.
Yep, he's financing everybody.
I always tell them I'm a poor brother, but I try the best to be the best provider that I can. I just don't want to ever be in a position where that's in jeopardy.
John Cena then hit Nikki and men in general with a full red pill sledgehammer.
I don't think date nights can ever get old, but I think so many years down the road to keep things exciting, I think kids help that in a relationship. I see the point of kids after you've been with someone for so long.
So basically what you just said across the table is, you will get bored of me.
I don't really think that's red pill, but I'm really against red pill, you guys know, even though I react to some creators that are red pillers. I react to blue pillars as well. I want to react to everybody because it's fun. But yeah, it does seem like she was saying that, hey, it's getting boring between the two of us. Let's have some kids. And if you want to have kids just because the relationship is boring, if that's the reason why, you shouldn't have kids. If you have the deep love of being a mother or a father and wanting to take care of a human being, then yeah, entertainment, no.
I'm not going to get bored of you.
Pure gold. Nikki had nothing to say after that. And surprise, surprise, the relationship ended soon after.
Yep.
Fast forward, Nikki marries Artem in 2022 without a prenup.
And she makes more money.
2024, and she had to pay. And now she's finally talking about it publicly on her podcast. Let's jump in.
It got everyone's attention to hear.
That's right. So there's a major headline going on. Or going around about me that I just really want to kill. I don't want to get super deep into it. And that could be a part of the issue during my entire divorce, the incident that happened, because I haven't gotten really into it. It's given people opportunity to
make up lies,
have their own perception on what's happened. And you know what? I'm okay with that because I know the truth, lived it.
Even this channel that I'm reacting to, I'm sure he doesn't have any bad intentions. I'm pretty sure he, doesn't hate women. But he is framing this video to seem like, she got owned. Yeah, she didn't learn her lesson with prenups and she didn't believe in him, which is, praiseworthy. But at the same time, when you're rich, it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. It's kind of stupid to, not get a prenup.
I'm here and I'm happy. So that's what has kept me strong. But I need to educate the ones that aren't educated on a certain topic.
Which is a lot.
And by the way, I don't blame people because one thing I've realized there's a lot of topics in life that I'm not educated on because I haven't been through it. And we have to remember that the internet,
Like
there's a
every
lot of people
person.
that have never been in love, have never been married, have never been divorced, have never had kids,
Yep.
have never been through stuff you have. And so
Yep.
we will all have opinions, but we don't know it till we've gone through it, right?
Exactly, Nikki. John Cena had already gone through it. He had a 3-year marriage to his high school sweetheart, went through divorce court, got burned, and said, never again. Nikki didn't understand that lesson. She didn't learn from someone else's experience. But remember the old saying, while it is wise to learn from experience, it is wiser to learn from the experiences of others. Nikki
And again,
didn't.
both Nikki and John Cena are rich. Obviously, John Cena is way richer as far as I know, but even 200K, I don't think 200K is going to be that big of a deal for Nikki. She's going to pay it, but, you know, things might change. They might go to court again. You know, the money might go up or down. Plus, she has to pay, like, I don't know how much money for child support because until the child, you know, grows up to be 18, right? So it's...
And she
But
paid.
she has like
So let me
tens
tell
of
you about
millions.
divorce.
She'll
so
be fine.
Obviously, TMZ put out, and then everyone else has picked it up, and everyone's had opinions about Artem and I's divorce settlement. It's everywhere.
Yeah.
It is mind-blowing to me that our government allows all this stuff to be public, but that's, you know, the way the world is, and it's okay, and we're here.
Yeah.
The divorce has nothing to do with what happened, the incident, any of that. Divorce is divorce. Divorce has to deal with the paper, the contract you signed during marriage.
This is why I hate marriage. The concept of marriage is so stupid to me. I know a lot of religious people are gonna say, without marriage, there's nothing. I know a few people, friends of my parents, that actually never got married. They have kids. Their kids are now my age or even older. I'm 24, by the way. And they're perfectly fine together. And you know why they didn't get married? Well, a lot of them didn't get married because they didn't have money to do so back then, and eventually when they had the money, when they were older, they just said fuck it. But also a good portion of them didn't get married because they didn't see the actual reason to, you know, get all these documents and papers. If they want to be together, they can be together. They don't need any government document, which is
The day
what
of
I
marriage,
think.
At the
Exactly.
court before marriage, whatever. So our settlement is what everyone saw. Yes, I had to give him $200,000.
That's what happens when you're
Spousal
the,
support,
the
alimony,
breadwinner.
Yep.
The breadwinner.
Beautiful summary, Nikki. Divorce is divorce. The court system doesn't care about romantic speeches. It doesn't care who fell out of love first. It doesn't care who cheated. It cares about the contract. Marriage is a
Yeah, it only cares about who makes more money, so that the one person gives the money to the other person.
contract.
That's it.
Nikki was the breadwinner,
Yep.
so she had to pay.
Yep, yep.
Not $200, not $2,000, $200,000. Why? Because that's what the contract demanded. Now listen to the explanation.
And also, there's a lot of different things that happen to make that number. I got a steal. I'm not gonna lie, which
Oh,
is
shit.
crazy to say. And you know, the one thing is our judge. We did
Never heard the man say I got a steal when it comes to these cases, huh? Maybe she just got a steal because she was a woman and the court felt bad for her. The judge felt bad for her.
mediation. Said at the end of it, this is the first time in all the years I've done this where a woman had to pay a man.
Did you hear
Yeah.
that? Risotto!
Yep.
This is the first time in all the years I've done this where a woman had to pay a man.
The more women are in the workforce and the more women are actually, you know, outperforming men with money, you know, this is going to be more and more frequent, and more women are going to have to do this. And I know it sounds like people should get divorced, women should pay. No, that's not. That's not what I want to say. What I want to say is, finally, something that should be equality is actually happening in real life. But still, and this is the main reason why I wanted to make this video, the judge somehow found a way to make it a little bit easier on her, because this is like nothing he's ever seen before. A woman paying the man for child support and stuff because she was the breadwinner. I'm telling you, once Gen Z and Gen Alpha grow up, men and women become judges and work in the government, all of this shit, yeah, it's gonna be equality or you're getting canceled.
And the judge said, you should be so damn proud that you built such an empire that someone wants a piece of it. Now, let me tell you the learning
Of
lesson.
course he's
If
gonna
you
say that.
ever get married again, promise me you will make them sign a prenup. And
God
I was like,
damn.
I promise. They go, hard lesson to learn today. Because of the money you're going to have to pay out. But be damn proud of yourself.
No judge would ever say that to any man that has to pay a prenup.
And it was nice to hear that. And I was, even though
I'm sorry, not that has to pay child support.
it hurts because I broke my neck for that money. That money, all that is my hard-earned money.
The judge bailed her out.
Yep.
Why? Because she's a woman. The judge told her she should be proud that she built an empire someone wants a piece of.
Yeah.
That's not justice, that's affirmation. For a man, that's standard protocol. For a woman, it's a wake-up call. And let's be clear, this was a steal. With a net worth of $10 million, a $200,000 payout is getting off easy. Women only understand the value of
That's like what, 2% of her money? Is my math correct?
prenup when their money is on the line.
Right. And can I just say a side note just on the prenup thing? I told Nicole many times, he needs to sign it. He needs to sign it. Please annul. Please annul. Everyone, I don't care. Everyone knows I'm the bad guy. And you believed in such a fairy tale and you're like, you let it go because you loved him. So I will say that, like, because people always try to make the worst of evils and the villains, and it's just so crazy. When, you know, just coming from a sister point, a lot of you who listen, you guys have best friends, sisters, family members, and, you know, there's us who, like, are the audience watching and being like, do this, come on, please. And the other one, you know, people easily get lost in love. So it's kind of how, like, when I see all the comments and all that, I'm like, you don't even know where this all actually stemmed from when you're looking at the settlement.
This part is important. Nikki and Bree had a reality show. Artem proposed on that show.
Really, man?
Artem.
Prenups are not romantic. They're seen as distrust.
Yeah.
Not loving me 100%.
Yeah.
And Nikki couldn't do it because then she'd look like a hypocrite. Why?
I mean, I get it, but still, if you're a woman or a man watching this, please always get prenups because you never know. Hey, listen, sometimes mental illnesses come from, you know, tragic life experiences, and your man or your woman can end up in such a tragic situation. I'm not saying this because I want to, I'm saying this because that's what reality is. Like, I don't know if you guys know about schizophrenia. For example, somebody that was healthy and fine the previous day could wake up the next day all of a sudden being schizophrenic. Just all of a sudden, mental illness, all of a sudden, it's like something happens, something clicks. And now, shit might happen, no prenup, she or he might fuck up badly if, you know, certain actions are performed.
Because she broke up with John Cena.
I know I went too far, but I just wanted to give broad examples.
She couldn't turn around and demand a prenup from Artem. The sisterhood would have destroyed her, so she chose love and paid for it.
I know. Well,
And it kills me.
Well, here's another kill rumor. They're all like, oh, so he got the money because she lost. Like, no. Child support. If you are the breadwinner, if you make more money, it is literally a state calculator.
People immediately take offense saying, he's the man, he has to pay, something happened. But no, that's the law. And, you know, now more of the law applies to women since now there's more equality. Well, there should be more equality. And since now, right, there's actually women making more money than some men. And there's, you know, cool women like this. I do think Nikki is an actual cool person for, you know, doing this and being cool with this. But she did a mistake. Now, this mistake isn't really going to cost her that much. It is going to cost her, but she is rich. She is going to be fine. But I do praise her for the way she's acting, for the way she's handling all of this. And for her actually not being a, you know, entitled little bitch like a lot of women are who are rich. And she married a guy who wasn't as rich as she was because she loved him for other reasons.
Put in the incomes and they go, boom, this one makes more money. This is what you owe per month. At any point, by the way, till Mateo's 18, we'll always have to go, we can always go back to court or not, and this is any relationship, and you'll have to do the calculators again, and child support changes.
Yeah, if she suddenly starts making more money, like her investment like suddenly spikes or something, they might go to court. The math is gonna be mathing again. As she said, the calculator is gonna come up, and suddenly she might be paying from 200K to like maybe 3, maybe $1 million. Depends on how much more money she is making now or how much more money she has now. Like the law was something along those lines.
And so, because sometimes people start to do better, they do worse, and blah, blah, blah. It's strictly having a kid in a marriage. That's all it is. So everyone with all these stories, winners, losers, this and that. Like, you just have to educate yourself on things.
Yeah.
And that's what I've realized about the internet. And I try to give so much grace because I'm like,
I
they
agree.
haven't been divorced or they haven't been married.
Same with people going crazy over feminism stuff and destroying men. Same with men going crazy over red pill stuff and destroying women. Listen, you just need to get more educated, need to get more experience with the right people, and you need to sit down and speak with the right people to, educate yourself, for fuck's sake.
Or they don't have a friend who's been through a divorce. All of it's strictly divorce. And believe me, I did great in it because they wanted to settle. I was going to trial.
They wanted to settle really bad.
Well, okay, Bree, wait, remember when I said, can you keep this light?
And this is why she's so calm. She knows this was a steal. She could have lost half of everything. Instead, she pays $3,500 a month in child support with shared custody. For her, that's a win. But remember,
so $200,000 plus 3.5K a month, and she has 10 million. Usually you would lose half. So, it's unjust. Is it unjust? Is it unfair when it comes to, how men would be treated in this case? It is, yeah. But at the same time, you can't be mad at her. You can only be mad at the judge and the justice system. That's it.
The numbers we usually hear.
And I think it's unfair.
100K, 200 freaking
But I
K
feel
a month.
good for her.
When you hear numbers like that, you better protect yourself because no child needs that much money to eat.
I work really hard. And, the child support doesn't bother me because I want Mateo to make sure his life in the other house is equal. And that is the one thing too. Everyone will bitch and complain. Oh my gosh, this is about child support. When you're in the courtroom, child support is so the child could have an equal life in both homes. That's where it comes from. And so it is
Never thought of
hard,
that.
and you're like, oh, it hurts, but it's so maybe the other parent can get a better place for rent. So then your child support goes to that, right?
Yep.
Or they can eat the same organic food or so for me, it doesn't, I don't even think twice about it. Because I'm like, that is making sure Mateo's also 50-50. Half of his other time is a good life.
Yep.
Right.
But
She's being politically correct. We all know it's women who receive the brunt of these massive payouts. Dunking on child support would mean dunking on the very system.
I mean, yeah, because socially, in the past, that used to be how it used to be. Men would usually make the money. Women would usually, not need a job. Well, a lot of them wanted to have a job. They didn't get a job, they didn't get the education, they were stay-at-home wives. So usually when this stuff happens, even like very recently, this is still happening, and most of the time, there's still a lot of women marrying very rich men just to divorce them and get half of their money, and a lot of men that are delusional and stupid get tricked. She's obviously not one of those women, and yeah, it's not fair that this happened. That she didn't get that much of a loss like a man would get in this situation. But still, I don't think she's a bad person. Yeah, she is trying to be politically correct, which is, the obvious, right? I'm not gonna bash her for it. But reality is, still, most men are actually paying the child support because not every single woman is trying to scam them, but a lot of women are out there, just marrying, then just doing stuff with other men, having a kid, and then divorcing the guy, and then getting half of his money plus child support. Meanwhile, the kid isn't there. And there was a new law in the US just for this recently.
That benefits her gender. But notice what she said. They can go back to court for 18 years as life and income change.
Yep.
I want you to keep that same energy when your ex-husband demands more money because he can't keep up the lifestyle. When he expects you to pay for it because it's 50-50, right?
I mean, listen, if he already has a job, plus he's getting 3.5K a month, plus he's getting 200K, if he can't keep up his life with that money, it's on him. It's his problem, and he's being an entitled little piece of shit as a man. But yeah, that's about it. Tell me what you guys think in the comments, like and subscribe, and see you in the next video.